Wait. Hold on just 1 minute. These Doors developers think they're so sneaky, but no, I can see right through what they are trying to do. Alright, so in case you weren't aware, a brand new teaser image of the upcoming garden subfloor was just released. Now, I hear you. Cheddar, are you freaking brain dead or something? There is no new teaser, you imbecile! Well, that is where you are wrong. You see, this teaser is hidden in plain sight. I'm sure you have seen it at some point already, and just have never noticed. And what's even more surprising is that the contents inside of it reveal quite a bit about the new subfloor. So, in this video, I'll be going over everything in this new Secret Garden subfloor teaser. So, with all of that being said, let's begin. Alright, so if you've looked at the L/Splash Twitter account, or X account, I don't even know what to call it anymore, but it's whatever. You'd notice that they changed their profile to a much more detailed and high quality one. Now, when I first heard people talking about this change, the idea running in my head is, who cares? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a cool profile picture, it has nice shading and all, but why is everybody making such a big deal about it? Well, that is because there's actually a Secret Garden subfloor teaser hidden inside of it, believe it or not. Okay, so normally just looking at L/Splash's account doesn't really reveal anything. However, if we just download the image, we'll discover something absolutely shocking. Here, just take a look and holy crap, there's corners! Yes, that's right, hiding in plain sight are corners! But not just any corners. These are actually images of the upcoming garden subfloor. This is evident by how they seem to contain things not seen in-game, and given how it very obviously takes place outside, it's most likely that upcoming subfloor. We will be analyzing this image from corner to corner. So, what better place to start than the least interesting thing and moving on from there? In the top right corner, we can see a lamppost as well as what I think are trees behind it. I'm unsure. At first I thought it was just the purple sky, but since it's so grainy, it's hard to tell. This just further solidifies that the image is depicting the garden subfloor, as those specific lampposts only appear in garden-themed areas, such as lush rooms in the mines as well as the courtyard in the hotel. Other than that, there really isn't too many things in this corner, so I guess we can just move on from that. Okay, so when I first saw this teaser, what immediately caught my eye was the bottom right corner. This depicts a strange mound on the ground with what appears to be a plant coming out of it. This could also be a perspective thing, where instead of the plant coming out of the mound, it is actually behind it, giving the illusion that it is coming out of it. Now, despite what you may be thinking, this corner is extremely important, as it potentially reveals an entity coming to the subfloor. As you may know, there only exists one thing indoors that not only is a brown mound-like entity, but also has ridges on its side, and that is Snare. And given how they are in fact a plant, they'd fit right in with the rest of the garden subfloor. Now, we've been speculating for a while that Snare would return to the subfloor, but this teaser might be confirmation that this is in fact true. But hold on, we still aren't done yet. What about the plant on top of what seemingly is Snare? Well, for this I have two speculations. If this plant is actually coming out of the Snare entity, it means that variations of Snare could potentially be coming in the update, meaning one type could have spikes coming out of it and the other would just have a random plant coming out of it, or something like that. The other possibility is, as I had stated before, that this plant is actually just behind Snare and isn't coming out of it, and this would just mean some very tiny plant decorations will be in the subfloor, which I guess is cool but not as interesting as Snare variations. Moving on though, the bottom left corner appears to be some of the iconic brown brick architecture seen throughout these garden-themed areas. Now, you might be thinking, Cheddar, who cares about just random bricks, but I promise this is important. As you may have noticed, in both the courtyard as well as lush rooms in the mines, players can find ruined structures made of a unique brown brick material, a feature present nowhere else in the game. Based on the teaser image, though, it appears the bottom left corner depicts some sort of slab of this brown brick material, which could be a rudimentary bench, as well as a pillar of some sort. All in all, not the most interesting thing in this teaser, but it definitely is cool to see that familiar architecture will be present in the subfloor, and it also further solidifies that this image is showing the garden subfloor, not just the courtyard or something weird like that. Lastly, though, the final corner, that being the top left one, also appears to have some of the brown brick architecture I mentioned earlier. However, there are some strange shapes that have been interpreted as being other structures, so I feel it would be good to mention those, as it's possible these all aren't those brown brick ruins. I'd also like to mention that near the top of this corner, one of those obelisks, I don't know what to call them, they're like these weird diamond structures, is also present there. Now, like I said, I've heard some theories about shapes located towards the bottom of the corner, and one of the theories which I think could be likely is that the shape is actually the Awesome Tony statue, and if true, this could mean it's finally returning. Now, in case you didn't know, for a very long time a statue of a bacon-haired player, which seemingly depicted a person named Awesome Tony, given that's what the label under it says, was present in the library. However, it was removed in recent updates. This statue became widely known throughout the community, and some people may have been a little sad seeing it being removed. However, given how the little blob in the top left corner somewhat looks like it, it's possible the statue could be returning in the garden subfloor, which would definitely be interesting to see, as I kind of forgot about the statue if I'm being honest. Still, this is just speculation based on random blobs, so it's unlikely this is the case, but hey, it definitely is possible. On the topic of the statue, though, I've also seen people theorize that the blobs in the top left corner actually depict the courtyard statue, which obviously can be found in the courtyard. Now, given how we know the entrance to the garden subfloor will be in the greenhouse, and how the greenhouse is directly connected to the courtyard, it definitely is possible the subfloor and the courtyard are physically connected as well. So seeing aspects of the courtyard, such as the courtyard statue in the background, could definitely be interesting. Personally, though, I don't really see this theory, as I can't really make out the blobs to be anything other than the brown brick ruins and maybe the Awesome Tony statue. So although it is an interesting thought, I doubt it's actually materialized into anything. I will say, though, that based on the blob thing near the top of the corner, it appears some more structures with this brown brick architecture style will be in the subfloor, as the blob appears to be a pillar with a sphere on top, which isn't anything present currently in the game. Anyways, though, that was essentially everything I wanted to cover in this brand new garden subfloor teaser. Now, on the topic of the garden subfloor, I'd just like to say that I do recognize that it wasn't part of the hunt event. I know a lot of you guys knew that already, and although it is a little sad how Doors wasn't invited, it just means we have to wait a little longer for this update. However, seeing how we already are getting sneak peeks of new areas that will be coming, I have a feeling that the subfloor is nearing completion, which makes me hopeful that it will come soon. So, with all of that being said, let me know in the comments what your interpretations of this teaser are, and thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.